What's going on, YouTube? This is Marvel DC Bros, and today we're coming at you with our flash theory of who Zoom is.
So we have three big candidates on who we think is Zoom. Some of them are can't really be justified, but they're very good possibilities. Gonna start it out with Barry's dad. All the people that we think will be Zoom will be the Earth 2 versions of them. So I think it's going to be Barry's dad because he's a little stocky in the costume. Um, he is signed on to be a series or season regular, whatever. Like he's a main cast member, and he's been in what 5 minutes, and then there's Zoom, who has been in every episode, and then like a little bit. And if it is Barry's dad, then that would give him like he's a main cast member. See, there's really not much logic there, but it just kind of makes sense if you think of like the whole logic of him being a main cast member and him getting more screen time being Zoom. So I don't know. I think it'd be pretty cool to see him because then Barry would already like have second thoughts of fighting him. He's like, "This is my dad," even though it's Earth Two, his dad. I don't know. It'd be cool. It's really interesting.
So, my idea of why it could be Barry's dad is because maybe in the Earth 2, the Flash and the Reverse Flash fight and actually end up killing Barry. So he blames the Flash for killing his only son. And so maybe like when the particle accelerator, like he found out he had speed or whatever, he's like, I'm going to like find every Flash in the multiverse and I'm gonna kill them all so that like my pain can be solved or whatever. That's like my personal theory of why it could be Barry's dad. I mean, once again, he's a series regular, so like it makes sense of why he could be Zoom, and I just personally think that the only reason he would actually kill his own son is because the Flash took his life, and maybe, I mean, I'm pretty sure he knows that it's Barry Allen, so it doesn't make sense of why he would do it, but maybe he just, like, blames his older son for killing his younger son in his Earth or whatever. So, our second person of who it could be is Eddie. And this it doesn't make as much sense because Eddie is not a series regular. They've said that he's going to be in a couple episodes, so maybe they're just like using a stunt double that kind of looks like Eddie for right now. But my reasoning behind, or our reasoning behind it being Eddie was because when Eobard like dissipated or whatever from existence, he was like blue. I mean, he didn't have the blue lightning to him, and then the wormhole that opened up was also created by blue. That like Eddie destroyed so much of the time that it opened up, and so it makes sense of why like Zoom has the blue lightning. Like it's an homage to like Eddie is Cobalt Blue in the comics, and so it makes kind of sense for why he does it and why he wants to kill the Flash. Well, I mean, it's not said that he's from like Earth 2 exactly, like it's set in stone. Like he could have just been there because he was absorbed by the wormhole, and so it could have changed things. And so he wants to kill Flash because he was the reason that he died. So like it's a plausible theory, but like I'd say it's like maybe 33% of a chance. Like they all have the same like likelihood of actually happening.
Yeah, there's really not much left for me to say about Eddie being uh, Zoom. He kind of nailed all the big major points. I think it'd be really cool for them to see for Eddie to be Zoom, and then it would give Barry and Iris more, or especially Iris, more of a storyline to be with Zoom. Because I mean, Iris loved Eddie, and like it'd be hard for her to see him, but it not be him, you know. And then again, it'd be Eddie's or Barry was Eddie's good friend, kind of good friend, and so to see him being a villain, even though it's not him, it's like it's hard. So it'll be different to see it, and I'm like really curious to see who it is. I think more of our. I'll say this next on the percentages, but I think Eddie is more of a possibility than Barry's dad. So our third person of who we think is Zoom is Earth 2 Barry. This one is, it doesn't really make sense body style wise because Grant isn't that bulky and stuff, but it would make sense for him to like be cool. It'd be kind of like an arch nemesis as yourself and everything. And it's, yeah, it's kind of, I don't really know, like can't really explain the logic of why it would be him exactly. I feel like Eddie had more logical, comic based theories and little Easter eggs, and Barry, there's really no like thing that like sticks out like that to me. But I think if anybody, it would be 40% Eddie, 40% Barry, 20% Barry's dad. So like Eddie and Barry are my top two choices.
Yeah, I agree. I think that it's probably 40-40-20, or it might be 41-39-20, like giving just a slight nod to Eddie. But I mean, Barry's been like not at the same time as he was Flash, but he's been Black Flash in the comics before. So I mean, like it would make sense, but I also feel like it'd kind of be a cop out if they went with Barry again. Like it's kind of the same storyline as last year. Like as the season's gonna go along, we're gonna find out more about Zoom. Then we're gonna find out that like something tragic happened to Barry in Earth 2, and like why he hates like the Flash or whatever. So I kind of feel like it'd be kind of weak, and they kind of be repeating the same story. So like it makes sense because it's happened in the comics before, but I also like I don't know how to feel about it because while it would make sense, it would also kind of be like the same storyline as last year, and I it just kind of feel like they'd be reiterating and kind of like regurgitating the same storyline. So I wouldn't be as happy as if it was Eddie, I'd be perfectly happy. If it was Barry's dad, I'd be perfectly happy. I might have to see how they would do it if it was Barry. So I'd like to thank you guys for watching.
Act sincerely to one another.
Please comment down below on who you guys think, like if you think our theory is right or who you guys think that Zoom will be. Hit the like button on this video and subscribe for more videos. This has been Marvel DC Bros, signing out.